How to write a story. People always ask the question, where do I begin? Where do I start? How can I write a story? Well, the big secret is you just start. There is no magical start time. There is no magical book that you can read that's going to magically make you think of a story in your head. There's no magical person. There is no secret formula. The only secret formula is your creativity and your mind. You decide what you want to write a story on. So if you have an idea in your head, start writing it even if you don't really know what the hell you're doing. Because I'm going to tell you, I see this a lot, especially in anime, is that some people fumble into creating an amazing story. I'm telling you, everybody has their own way of how they write, and some people literally just fumble into creating a really good story. You know, and it really depends on like what way you want your story to be written. But some people don't know how they want the story to be written. But the reality of it is, if you want to improve, you just keep writing. You know, this is basically a video on writing as well, just in general. If you want to improve in writing, you just write. Okay, you write scripts, you write reviews, you make a whole bunch of videos, you make a whole bunch of vlogs, you write in your journals. Okay, you write story ideas down. Let me show you guys something. This is only a few of my journals, but they're always constantly sitting next to me. This is just a small stack of my journals, and pretty much all of these journals have they're either like diaries, which I'll say this one is kind of like a diary that I used to write in when I was in college. This one right here is empty. I haven't wrote anything yet because you always want to have a new journal that you want to use. And then the ones like this, for example, are the ones that I write my notes of my novel down in. You know, it's pretty much all of these. And this was like my work journal. I used to bring this one to work because I always tell myself you don't want to bring your prized possession journals to work because somebody will steal them if you leave them somewhere. You know, because as people, we are dumb. You might be like, oh, I'll never lose that stuff. And then you put it down because you have to go to the bathroom one time. And you're thinking nobody's going to steal it. And then you come back and it's gone. And you never know who's watching you. Some people are watching you from the shadows. So you never really freaking know. Okay? And some people are just waiting to steal your stuff. It's actually kind of mind blowing. Sometimes we just don't know who's looking at us and who's watching us. But I always constantly brung a work journal. You see, it's all fucked up right here. It's because I used to stuff it in this small little clear bag. But yeah, this was a work journal where I wrote down all my story ideas, just random thoughts that I had in my head. And as an individual, you want to constantly be having diaries and different. You should constantly have a whole bunch of notebooks, and every notebook should hold different ideas, topics, thoughts, emotions, whatever it is that you have floating around in your body. Okay, you want to use those. You want to have a work diary. You want to have a notebook that you use when you're at home that's for your story or novel ideas. You kind of want to have like a schedule notebook. You want to constantly have a personal diary or diaries. I have a couple of them laying here. I'm not going to pick those up, but you should constantly be writing as much as you possibly can because you will literally improve way faster if you're constantly writing stuff down. If you're constantly writing things down, you're constantly typing, you're constantly talking, it will improve your writing because you also want to talk out loud. You want to get your books that you have and you want to sit there and constantly talk out loud and say the things that are in your different books, your journals, your diaries, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call them. You want to sit there and talk out loud and pay attention to your thoughts because everything can be a tool that can help you improve in your writing. And that's something that people don't understand. So every little notebook that you have, you're writing, even when you were a little kid, go find the notebooks that you had as a little kid, your little drawings and whatnot. You can literally get ideas from everything that you have. Your brain can use anything as an idea and put it on paper. So if you're one of those people that's struggling to create a story, use your own thoughts, use your own ideas. You know what I'm saying? And people don't do this a lot, believe it or not. Like a lot of people either look for a bunch of inspiration from different places and they can't find it for some reason because some people just don't have that gift. Or people write from their own thoughts, but they don't realize that they have so much information they can use. They just need to have somewhere to put it all. And notebooks is the perfect place to put it. So And you have to understand this too, is that your own thoughts can help you in your writing, in the sense of, for example, let's say you wrote down in your book something made you sad today. You can use what made you sad and put that in your book. Because this is what a lot of amazing writers do. A lot of amazing writers use everything they have to write something. Okay? And I personally make videos for multiple reasons, but one big reason I make YouTube videos is to improve. I go back, I look at myself, I look at how I was talking, how I was articulating myself. I pay attention if I sounded smart or if I sounded stupid, and I constantly try to improve and make better and better videos and try to progress as much as I can. Um, and I do that with my notebooks as well. I'll sit there and I'll keep looking at them, and it's always good to have, you can use Google, but it's always good to be able to research through your notebooks, because our brain is already a supercomputer. You just got to write down what your brain is thinking about, and you should have notebooks on your dreams, on your thoughts, on your ideas, on your emotions. You should have multiple streams of notebooks, okay? You should have a whole bunch of notebooks. And you'll start to realize, like, okay, I could get better at writing this way, because like I said, you get better at writing from sitting there talking constantly, and talking will also help you. If you talk a lot and create a lot of videos, and you talk a lot, it will improve your speech. You will get better at verbally communicating with people. If you're constantly making videos, if you're constantly making scripts, I make a lot of scripts. If you're constantly doing TV reviews, movie reviews, anime reviews, magazine reviews, newspaper reviews, if you're constantly writing, essays at school, if you're constantly writing your novel like I do, if you go on different websites and write reviews on different websites, if you're constantly sitting here always doing that, you will improve in your writing skills. It will just naturally happen, because we need multiple hours of doing stuff to improve at it. You have to practice it constantly, consistently, and practice it as much as you possibly can, and be focused while you're practicing these different things, while you're practicing writing, excuse me. So that's one thing that will help you constantly improve, is to do that. And that's with pretty much anything. You can improve at everything you do if you just constantly put the work in, put the time in, put the effort in, and focus. But remember to always take breaks as well, because this stuff can become draining. You can drain yourself out mentally. You can drain yourself out physically. Even just sitting in a chair all day can be very physically taxing on you. I consistently and constantly have a freaking backache because I'm always sitting in a chair. So, everything is kind of low-key a sacrifice, even if you don't know it's a sacrifice. And you're always constantly sacrificing your time to improving your craft. And so, you know, pay attention to your writing, improve in your writing. Also realize writing is subjective, and also understand that if you're writing a lot and you're writing all day, every day, you will constantly improve. And also believe in your writing skills, and constantly become more confident in your writing skills as you slowly progress or quickly progress, because everybody has their own speed of how they progress. It takes a long time to improve in things, but some people are just a force of nature and are just machines that can do it extremely fast. But some people just continuously focus on it, just continuously, and they don't let nothing stop them. They don't have any distractions, and that's why they improve so drastically in such a short amount of time. And like I said before, you can do that in anything. That's why you'll see some people that work out for 4 months and they lost 80 pounds. Like 4 months, you lost 80 pounds? Yeah, because they were probably working out all day, all night. And they were probably focused on what they were eating and everything. Some people can do that. I used to do that. I used to work out all day and all night, literally. If I had any free time, I would just work out when I was like 20. That was 6 years ago. So, you just have to put all that work in. You will literally naturally become an expert in whatever you do. Your body will have that muscle memory. Your brain can get muscle memory as well. You'll have that muscle memory of just constantly improving, and your brain will remember it and be like, bro, you've been working on this for so long. I'm just going to help you fly by everybody else in this thing. Whether it's writing, whether it's sports, exercising, whether it's working at your job. If you try to perfect it, you will improve. But there are some people that just have too many bad emotions in it. You have to have positive emotions when you're writing, and you have to have positive emotions in the things that you want to achieve. If you're constantly sitting there feeling like whatever you're trying to achieve is just simply a chore, then you're going to sit there and you're going to hate it, and you're not going to want to do it, and it's going to drain your energy, and you might even get depressed, sad. You might even get suicidal. Some people get suicidal on this type of stuff because they know that they have this mission, they know they have this goal, and they know it's possible and that they can reach it, but they keep themselves in an endless hell. You know, it's kind of like they're in Bane's prison, you know, because they know they can do something, but doing it brings them great pain or stress or struggle, because they know that they have to do it for a long time, a long variety of time, and they know that they have to put in lots of hours of work, and they know that it's not going to be easy hours of work. It's going to be stressful hours of work, and there is little reward for doing it, and it takes a very long time to even see a reward from doing it. And that's pretty much how it is when it comes to writing. It takes a very long time to actually see some rewards when you're writing. You know, you're not going to just see rewards right away. You know, people aren't going to pay attention to you right away. That's the same thing for social media. I don't get no views, but I'm still going to do this until I get to like 5,000 videos, because it takes time before people really watch your stuff. You know, it takes time before you really see any attention, any traction when it comes to your channel. Even if you're doing it on 3 different websites, you know, I do it on all these websites, and it still takes time. You know, and everything takes time, and as long as you don't see it as a thing that bothers you, you know, then you'll be okay. But if you see your goals as something that bothers you, it's probably not truthfully your goal then, if it bothers you so much to have to do it. You know, if it feels like a slog, if it feels like a chore, if it feels like an annoyance, then you probably don't really want to do it as much as you want to. It's probably not truthfully your goal. You just believe that it's something you could do, you know. Remember to always take a step back and really analyze that stuff, you know, to see if you truthfully want to do it. But that's all I really have for this video today. I'm going to make way more videos. I'm going to constantly be making videos because I want to be a YouTube alcoholic. All right, I want to put out as much videos as possible and have the biggest work ethic as possible when it comes to this YouTube thing, because I really do want to do it full time. I do want to get some traction. I want to see some people actually, you know, commenting and talking to me, and we're actually vibing. I know it takes a very long time to do, so I'm prepared to sacrifice this time to do this so I can see, you know, because I want to see what's going to happen, because I really do want to reach out to people, talk to a lot of people, get to know a lot of people, make some lifelong friends, and I want to have some fun, you know, and making videos is pretty fun, you know. So that is my mission as of right now. That's one of my goals, and then also writing my novel and constantly improving in my writing. You know, and like I said, it is a tough mission. It is a tough goal to write a novel and to do social media, because they're both low reward, lots of work, but they're both something that I enjoy. So I'm going to continuously do them until I see some improvement in myself, and then also see some traction and see some people who are actually going to watch my videos, and, you know, I'll get some fans. It'll really be nice to get some fans and get some people that actually will be willing to watch my stuff. And for anybody who ever watches this, remember, you are loved and you are cherished, and I hope your life is going good, and I will pray for you, and I will always give you love, no matter what. It is what it is. That's just how I am. Peace and blessings. You guys have a good one.